Well, this is just off the cuff filming this. I'm like quite insanely ill. I got this cold flu, which is, in my opinion, my wife's opinion, way worse than the 19 thing that was such a big deal. But nothing to see here. It's gonna snow tomorrow, so I have to get the charger out, turn it around. I really wanted to make a proper video of this, but if I choose to upload this, well, it's what it is, man. Just gonna set the phone here by the door. I'm gonna park it down there, come back and get the phone, do a walk around, and then I gotta get the car in here. I gotta back it in. So, all right, Janis, let's do it. I hope it captured that. Oh yeah, isn't that a sight? I got all the door gaps done now. Roof is on it, centered. Now it's time to work on the hind end of the car. How did that door gaps look? That seems to be a real happy 440. Yeah, I've had this crap for a week now. We've had some really good weather. I was able to drive the Cuda after I raced it at Cedar Falls, Iowa. It blew a head gasket third run. So I made the repairs, and then the weather fell through, so I couldn't drive it. But Cuda's all good. It's all ready for next year now. I got to drive that the other day. So, yeah, we got snow coming tomorrow, and it's going to stay. So I got to take advantage of this and get the car turned around here. So let me go see if we can back it in here, if this will even turn out. That's a happy 440. God, that sounds good. I cannot wait to drive this car. Again, I took it down the gravel. My wife drove it on the way back. We got a little footage. But, yeah, it tracks straight. Feels great. Doesn't pull. My chromie alignment is pretty much right on. God, I'm surprised. So yeah, the exhaust fumes is trashing me now. It's not in here straight, but it's kind of favoring to where I can open that door. See, that door will open quite a ways. Then there's plenty of room on this side, and this leaves me enough room here to my welder. It's a very small shop, but I like my workshop. It's pretty well insulated. We get the old humble wood burner stoking, and yeah, I tried some drain oil, some old engine oil. So we got this valve, and I took a frying pan, just set it in the bottom of the wood stove. Holy cow, man! At 1,000 degrees right here, it's just glowing. I was like, terrifying. Just terrifying heat. So, yeah, I went back just to the wood, and then I used that to prime the fire for now. I'm not going to convert this stove to burning oil, although it could be done, but this is too good of a wood burner. I've got a lot of items sitting around that will make good use of a good oil burner. There is so much stuff on YouTube about how to build your own waste oil burner. And the goal would be to have a fan in a heat chamber, and I could then pipe a heat run to the other end of the shop and get heat down there. And I would really like to have that working for next year. So we got the grill out, and I've had it in the car. I don't know if I can one-hand this or not. It might not be the wisest thing. But the grill's it isn't terrible. I've seen these go for just crazy money at Mopars in the park. There was a '69 grill there that half of it was busted out. They got $1,900 for it. This one, right there, we're missing. Where are they? Right there. We're missing a few of those. So I'm gonna glue those back in and massage a little dent out of the trim and just do the best I can with it. I did test the vacuum units, and they do work. So we're golden there, but this all has to come apart and be sandblasted and painted. And so the plan is, this car is going off to a very renowned Mopar shop by Nicollet, Minnesota, and it's supposed to go in January. And we've talked about the price, and it's well, nothing. It's a value for what the guy's going to do to this car. So I'm not going to touch the bodywork on this thing. I'm doing my door gaps, getting all the gaps, and they're going to take care of the rest. And there's a lot of crap on this thing. You know, these inner sail panels are beat to shit. They're awful. That's how they came, both sides. You know, that around here where I made the chrome fit, it still has to be blended. The roof ain't real bad, but who knows? I mean, they might have a ton of time into that roof. It's hard to say, but whatever. It's all good metal. I need to weld. This gap bothers me, so I'm going to add some weld to the fender to make this gap uniform all the way. So I've been going through that in my mind every night before I go to sleep. Because when I get well enough to work on this again, that's the first thing I'm going to do. Anyhow, here's an update on Janis. It's a perfect time too to start another model. I'm really thinking of a Cox 20 in a Spitfire, the 16-inch Guillo Spitfire. That would be cool. I'd have to build like a balsa cowl for it, but I got a feeling I'm gonna have time in January, because supposedly they're gonna come get this car, and I probably won't see it back until May or somewhere in there. So I'll have some time to build and fly, and there's a lot of work to do on this while they're gone. The whole dash, a lot of stuff. But anyways, there's an update on Janis. I'm going to go in the house on the couch and try and vegetate. Thanks for watching.